Hello and welcome. In this lab, we will explore Azure Stream Analytics. So the first step is to go to Azure portal and open the Cloud Shell. Use the button on the top bar to open the Cloud Shell. This creates a bash environment. The Cloud Shell provides a command line interface in a pane at the bottom of the Azure portal, as you can see right here. Our Cloud Shell is up. Now let's download the files that we will need for this exercise. We are using a GitHub Microsoft Learning repository by the name of DP-900 and storing it in a folder by the name of DP-900. Let's press enter. This will clone into DP-900. Now let's change the directory to DP-900 slash streaming. Now we will need to run a command that runs a script to create Azure resources that we will need for this lab. Type bash setup.sh. As the script runs, it performs a few actions. It ensures the installation of Azure CLI extensions needed to create resources. You can ignore any warnings about experimental extensions. It identifies Azure resource group provided for this exercise. It creates an Azure IoT Hub resource which will be used to receive a stream of data for simulated device. It creates an Azure storage account which will be used to store processed data. It also creates a Azure Stream Analytics job which will process the incoming device data in real time and write the results to the storage account. The resources are now created, so let's explore the resources. Go to Azure portal, select the resource groups. Here you can see resource groups. These all are the resources. So let's just for search for the resource group. It should include the word learn, and then here it is, Invest Europe. Select this resource group and let's review the resources it contains. It should include an IoT hub named IoT hub and some random number, and a storage account, and a stream analytics job. If all these three resources are not listed, click on the refresh button until they appear. Now select the stream analytics job and view the information on its overview page. The job has one input named IoT input and one output named blob output. These references the IoT hub and storage account created by the setup script. The job has a query which reads data from the IoT input and aggregates it by counting the number of messages processed every 10 seconds, writing the results to blob output. Now we will use the resources to analyze streaming data. At the top of the overview page for the stream analytics job, there is a start button or the start job button. Now leave these settings as is and click on start to start the job. Now go back to the Cloud Shell. Wait, here, and enter the command bash space IoT device dot sh. Sorry, bash space IoT device dot sh. Now wait for the simulation to start. As you can see, the device simulation is in progress. While the simulation is running back in the Azure portal, let's return to the resource group. Click on the name of the resource group and then select the storage account. In the pane on the left hand side, you will see storage, data storage, and then containers. Now open the data container, and in the data container navigate through the folder hierarchy, which includes a folder of the current year along with subfolders of the month. If you are not able to see, just refresh of the current month and the date and the hour. In the folder of the hour that was just created, you will see a file name similar to 0 underscore a random number dot JSON. Now Go to the rightmost end and click on this button or the menu button and select View/Edit and review the contents of the file, which should consist of a JSON record for each 10-second period showing the number of messages received from IoT devices and se- read any one random one. And here the one I've selected, the messages received is 5. Now use the refresh button to refresh the file and you will note that new messages are added every time as it is a real-time streaming from the device to the IoT hub. Now return to the Cloud Shell and here you can see that our simulation is completed. It should have run for around 3 minutes. Now in the Azure portal, you will see after refreshing that our simulation results are finally completed. Now return to the resource group and reopen the Stream Analytics job. At the top of the Stream Analytics job, click the Stop button to stop the job and confirm when prompted. Now, if you have finished exploring the streaming solution, delete the resource group that you created in this exercise so that all the resources inside that group can be deleted. That's all for this lab. Thank you.